welcome to our channel. We are so thrilled to be doing this and are so excited to be here with you all to continue to share our story and be a helping hand for anyone who needs it. This is our first ever video. We kind of did a poll on our channels, our social media channels, to see what everyone wanted, and this is what you guys wanted, so we are doing it for you guys. For those that don't know, I'm pregnant. I'm about 4.5 weeks pregnant, and it has been a crazy journey to get here. If you haven't seen us before, definitely go check out our Instagram handle. It kind of explains all of our journey to get to where we are today, as well as our website that kind of has a whole bunch of different blog posts that talks about our past and what we've been going through currently. So I will link those below. Definitely give us a follow. We're so excited to have you guys here on our journey. So today we're going to be talking about early pregnancy symptoms. I'm a very honest and open person, and I really love to share my story so I can help someone else who may be going through the same thing as me. So let's get started. So one of the first symptoms that I noticed was a lot of cramping. So I was experiencing a lot of cramping in my lower stomach area, and that's what actually encouraged me to take a pregnancy test. So a little bit of a backstory. Some of you guys know it and some of you don't. I was put on a natural ovulation promoter. It is a herbal supplement that my naturopath put me on because we were having difficulty conceiving, and everything else was checking out to be normal. My cycles were regular, and I was ovulating on the 14th of every month. So she suggested that we try this pill in hopes that it would help us get pregnant. So we did, and I noticed that my levels dropped significantly, which was something that's not good for pregnancy, as we know that our levels are affected by our hormones. And we need those hormones in order to conceive. So she immediately took me off the pills after I ovulated, and we were kind of just waiting out this cycle to prepare for the following cycle. So we were pretty much certain that this cycle was not successful. However, I was starting to feel a whole bunch of cramping, and I thought, you know what, let me just try and take a pregnancy test just to be certain, because even though we assumed that this cycle didn't work, there's a chance that it could have, even though I was very doubtful that it didn't work. So I took a test, and it came back positive, and my mind was completely blown. I couldn't believe it, and to this day, I'm still processing it. The next pregnancy symptom that I'm experiencing is exhaustion. I am definitely tired, and I'm noticing that it really kicks in around like 2:30 each day, where I really need to take a minute and relax. I don't take naps, not yet anyways, but I just find that by stopping what I'm doing, stopping work, just sitting down and just taking half an hour to myself, maybe catch up on a TV show or read my favorite book, is really helpful in helping the exhaustion. I'm also finding that I'm falling asleep much better than before, so that tiredness is catching up to me and I'm able to fall asleep. Now, let's be honest, you are exhausted when you are pregnant, but when you are pregnant for a second time around like I am, so this is baby number 2 for those that don't know, the exhaustion is so much more intense. Not only are you busy taking care of another baby, but you're busy also growing a baby inside of you. So you can only imagine that exhaustion. So when I would get tired with Kate, it was easy. I would just take a quick nap or just take whatever time I needed for myself. But now I don't really have that opportunity if Kate is up, which is my first daughter. Her name is Kate. So if she's up and busy doing things, I can't just go upstairs and take a nap. So that is definitely something that I'm noticing this time around. That's a lot different than the first time. For those that are pregnant for the first time or are waiting to conceive, the exhaustion is worth it, but it never goes away. So once you progress, I found that I got really tired in my last trimester because I wasn't sleeping well. So exhaustion changes over your um, pregnancy, whereas in the beginning you're exhausted because your body's doing all this work to get the baby, attached, then to get the placenta working and the placenta formed. So your body's busy doing that, and then in your second trimester you'll notice that you actually have a splurge of energy. And then in your third trimester, the true exhaustion hits where you are exhausted, ready for this baby to come, and you just, it's almost hard to explain, but you almost never feel rested because your sleep is just not as great as before. And then you're blessed with this beautiful baby, and that beautiful baby keeps you up. So, moms, get ready. The exhaustion just doesn't go away. So something that I'm experiencing with this pregnancy that I didn't with Kate is an increase in appetite. I've noticed that I'm hungry and hungrier than I was when I wasn't pregnant, and that I'm okay with a variety of foods. For those that don't know, when I was pregnant with Kate, I had not a terrible pregnancy, but definitely a harder pregnancy. I was nauseous all the time, and anytime I would eat, I would throw up. It was just, it never went away, and it was just something that I learned to deal with. So, with this baby, I was prepared to feel that nausea. I was prepared to have that suppressed appetite, but I am unfortunately not experiencing that as of right now. I do believe it is still early. With Kate, I feel like my nausea kicked in around 6 weeks, and it just didn't go away until she was born. So it might still happen, but I have noticed that the increase of appetite is definitely present, and that wasn't there with Kate. My appetite was actually extremely suppressed with her. So I did have some slight nausea the first week that I found out that I was pregnant, only in the mornings, but I found that it was because I wasn't eating enough. So if I ate late at night, before bed, I actually would wake up in the morning feeling perfectly fine. So that's something that I've continued to do, and I found that it's helped the nausea almost go away. And definitely nothing like it was with pregnancy number one. But yeah, it was definitely there for the first few days. It might have also been associated with the anxiety that kind of kicks in. For those that aren't pregnant or who are waiting to conceive and just kind of getting information beforehand, you pray, wish, dream, and hope for that positive pregnancy test. You're so thrilled, you're beyond ready to become a mom, and then you get that pregnancy test, and this anxiety just comes flooding in. It's normal, it's natural, but it's definitely present. It's anxiety about like all the risks associated, being worried about whether you'll miscarry, being worried about whether the baby will be healthy. It's anxiety about the reality that you're going to become a mom, that you're responsible for this human growing inside of you. It's anxiety about there's no turning back. It's there. You're pregnant, and it's something that you've always wanted, but it's a little nerve-wracking knowing that you can't just say, no, I don't want to give birth once the time comes. It's like almost like a stuck feeling. And then the anxiety, of course, of just how you're going to be feeling for the next 9 months. What's going to transpire over the next month. So you definitely feel a little anxious, and that could have contributed to my nausea at the beginning. Also, I do feel that my anxiety has definitely increased, and I did notice this with Kate as well. Now, I was an anxious person in university, but ever since then, my anxiety has really decreased, and I'm not typically an anxious person anymore. I think it's associated with the hormones and the amount that you're being flooded with. It just causes you to be a little bit more tense and a little bit more sensitive. So the anxiety is definitely another symptom that I'm experiencing. It's almost a feeling of like overwhelmed, scared that you're going to do something that could harm the baby. things like that. So sometimes I overthink just a little too much, but that is definitely a symptom of pregnancy. So for those of you who heard it, it is definitely true. You become clumsy once you are pregnant. And I have already started to experience that, believe it or not. I don't know if it's a sense of being off balance. It's really hard to explain, but you will just notice that you drop things more easily. You'll trip over things much quicker than you would have before. So for those moms who are new to this whole journey, don't wear heels. It is so dangerous. Especially later on in your pregnancy. A story with Kate. I never wore heels when I was pregnant with Kate, but I would wear wedge boots, or like chunk heels with Kate at work. And one day I actually tripped. Now I think I tripped twice with Kate at work. I was very fortunate to never land on my stomach. I was very fortunate to land on my knees both times, but it's so dangerous. And I just don't recommend doing it, especially if you're clumsy to begin with, like me. So yeah, clumsiness is definitely present. I was actually washing the bathtub this morning, and luckily I was able to catch myself, but I definitely did slip. So you have to be extra careful when you're pregnant. And that's another thing that kind of worries me always. But I try staying as positive as possible and just being cautious. But clumsiness, it's real. And last but not least, the baby brain. Your memory goes out the window when you were pregnant. I'm not sure if it's because you're overwhelmed or you're consumed with so many different things, but write down things because memory loss is definitely a symptom I'm experiencing. I have to write down everything because if I don't, I will forget. And when I mean memory loss, I mean like short term. Like when someone asks you to do something, you'll quickly forget that you were asked to do that. So the baby brain is real. And like other things I mentioned, it doesn't go away. I feel like as moms, we are responsible for so much in regards to our household. Um, we're responsible for cleaning the house, cooking dinner, like all aspects of it, as well as like financial, paying the bills, booking appointments, doctor's appointments, and we're just responsible for like letting everyone know where they have to be for the day. So the baby brain never goes away. It turns into mommy brain, and that's why moms have planners. They are so helpful and help me keep on track. So I am definitely a planner person. I write down everything, and it just helps me stay almost at ease because I hate when I forget things. So it just eases my mind that I don't have to worry about those things. So I will update you all on the symptoms that I experience, as well as whether or not they change over my pregnancy. But that is definitely something that a lot of you have been asking about. So I thought I would jump on and quick share about the early symptoms that I'm experiencing. So just to recap, I'm experiencing, or I actually experienced the cramping, which most of it has gone away. I sometimes feel it at night. The exhaustion, increase in appetite, baby brain, and clumsiness. Those are all things I am definitely experiencing. It's nice to breathe. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be sharing our journey with you all. I can't express that enough. And thank you to all of our followers who suggested that we begin this. I feel so blessed to be able to share my story and hope that I'm able to help some of you. Definitely always reach out if you have any questions. If you want me to cover certain things, comment below and I'll get right back to you. Also, subscribe to our channel so that you're notified of when new videos come up. My goal is that I will be releasing weekly videos for now, and we will see how it transpires over time. I currently change my pregnancy weeks on Fridays. So I'm hoping on Fridays will be the day that you will get a new video from me. And the reason is that I will be covering almost what has happened in the week before. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a fantastic day.